In this tutorial, we will explain how to use the DoD ESI Software Buyer's Guide. Since 1998, DoD ESI has developed contract vehicles and tools to help government IT buyers use best practices to acquire and manage commercial software. DoD also delivers a two-day class that covers many foundational software-related topics and negotiating guidance for specific terms and conditions found in a software license. As a companion to the many tools and class material available, DoD ESI developed a comprehensive manual called the Software Buyer's Guide to capture the most important content from the class in one authoritative document. For brevity, we will refer to the Software Buyer's Guide as the Guide. In addition, there is a condensed version of the guide called the Software Buyer's Checklist that captures the most essential elements of a software acquisition and serves as a simplified checklist for a buyer to use when acquiring commercial software. The guide and the checklist were compiled to provide a standardized set of steps to follow when acquiring software using the ESI contract vehicles. The guide and checklist do not contain exhaustive lists and should not be the only tools used to determine compliance with DoD acquisition regulations. They contain best practices to use as a starting point and should not replace your procurement office's guidance. In this tutorial, we will walk you through the core elements of the Software Buyer's Guide and highlight a few of the best practices you can use when buying commercial software. The guide is arranged into 4 key sections. First is the Acquisition Planning section, which helps government buyers determine what the government requires, what sources exist that can fulfill the government's requirements, how to order from DoD ESAs, and the importance of building a team during a major acquisition. The government's requirements should be structured using a team approach to determine the best solution, the correct quantity, the appropriate product and license type, the most effective acquisition approach, and the most achievable negotiation strategy. The guide offers a 4-step approach to market research, including: first, compiling background information; second, explaining mission capability fit; third, developing the independent government cost estimate; and fourth, documenting the results of your market research. If market research has revealed that your requirement can be fulfilled by a DoD ESI vehicle, the guide will describe the process for ordering software from ESI. There are various pathways that can be taken depending on a few core factors, including the dollar value of your order, who is buying the software, and whether an enterprise license exists for that product and your organization. The guide explains the different pathways you can take once the questions are answered about your ordering scenario. The best results in a COTS software acquisition will come from a cross-discipline team working according to the same plan. The guide helps identify the skills needed at various stages of the acquisition lifecycle. The second section addresses the foundational terms and conditions that were put in place at the time of awarding a GSA Federal Supply Schedule, or FSS, and the DoD ESI Blanket Purchase Agreement, or BPA. The GSA FSS is the foundational agreement for the DoD ESI BPA and the End User License Agreement, or EULA, terms and conditions. When GSA awarded the FSS, they did not negotiate all the relevant terms and conditions in the EULA. Their negotiating scope was limited to the regulatory and statutory requirements such as FAR. Therefore, it's important that you enhance certain important terms and conditions in your order that may not have been negotiated by GSA. In establishing DoD ESI BPAs, The DoD ESI team enhances pricing and terms and conditions for the specific software publisher's products and services for which a DoD ESI BPA is awarded. You should also review the applicable DoD ESI BPA to determine which terms and conditions you will need to enhance at the time of placing an order. The third section contains a list of key terms and conditions that should be considered and finalized at the time of placing an order for software against a DoD ESI BPA. This section is broken into 5 key subsections which make up a typical software license agreement. First is the license grant section. Second is a section on pricing. Third focuses on warranty. Fourth is maintenance. And fifth is general provisions. In each of these sections, there are extensive guidelines for terms and conditions, positions taken by sellers, and methods to reach the best solution for the government. Section 4 is a summary of relevant federal and DoD policies and regulations that should be consulted when buying commercial software. For those situations where time is constrained or you merely need a refresher in the methods to evaluate a software license agreement, the Software Buyer's Checklist offers a simplified list of items to review and negotiate when acquiring commercial software. The checklist, the guide, and many more tools, white papers, templates, videos, and a comprehensive software license risk assessment tool are available on the ESI website, www.esi.mil. If you have any questions about ESI, the guide, or the checklist, please contact the SPM or the contracting office assigned to the vendor or product you are seeking to acquire by using the feature on the ESI website titled Ask an Expert. Thank you for viewing this tutorial. Please visit the DoD ESI website for more information and other videos in this series.